What's up, everybody, and welcome to my Monday Night Raw review tonight. What do I have to say about this show? Well, I can say there's a lot of bad and good. A bit more bad, a bit more downright awful. Especially 24 hours right after TLC last night. As we kicked off the show, Kurt Angle came out talking about he hasn't, being back in the WWE ring for over 11 years, thanking the fans. It's a whole new chapter. But, that was then and this is now. And, at Survivor Series, it's going to happen. It's going to be brand versus brand, which I don't know why we're going with this anyways. And, this is where he debuted 18 years ago for Survivor Series when it comes. But he announced the matches for Survivor Series. Well, some of them. Mostly title versus title matches. Alexa Bliss versus Natalya, which the crowd really did not react for. I don't really think I want to see that match. Miz versus Corbin, Intercontinental versus United States Champion, just kind of sounds garbage already if there's a title change before that and that. The match that I am looking forward, and I always say, these teams, the tag teams nowadays, just kill everything on the show and be the best match of the night. The Shield, as in Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, versus the Usos, tag team versus tag team champion. That may be, in my opinion right now, and hey, I may be right, match of the night, because the tag teams, and the unfortunate match of Brock Lesnar versus Jinder Mahal. That's another match we don't want to see. And he said it would be also men and women's elimination matches. But The Miz came out with Sheamus, Cesaro, and Curtis Axel saying this is his show, and he complained about Angle being replaced with from Roman Reigns at TLC, and he accused of Angle of pretty much abusing his power. They surrounded him Shield style, and then next thing you know, they were getting in the ring. The Shield's music played then, and helped Kurt Angle. But then The Miz, he said the odds are not in your favor. It's pretty much 3 against 4. But he says, it's going to be a 6-man tag match right now. Miz, Cesaro, and Sheamus versus the Shield, and he gets to stay an extra night on Monday Night Raw. AJ Styles was back again, just to do it one more time, even though it was only a one-night thing. It was a very lengthy tag team match. Really good tag team match to kick off the show. AJ hit the forearm on Cesaro, winning the match. So it was really good with AJ picking up the win. But then next thing you know, Kane comes out. And somehow he single-handedly almost beats up all 3 of them until... Yeah, he beat up Styles, Ambrose, and Rollins single-handedly until the rest of everybody came in and they start jumping the rest of the Shield as they threw AJ outside the ring. And Kane chokeslammed Rollins, but then Kane cut a promo, and this kind of gets bad. Kane cuts a promo talking about Braun Strowman being in garbage. He's the only monster on Raw, even though this guy is on Smackdown to begin with. First off, AJ and Kane are technically on Smackdown, but we already know AJ's reason, but Kane was technically on Smackdown to begin with, and talk about Brimstone and Rampage and stuff, and he's destroyed Big Show and broke Roman Reigns. But he saw Strowman and he was trash. And he belonged in the garbage truck. And since he's going to do the thing Strowman did, he wants competition. And who's the first one that has competition? Finn Balor. And good God, I don't understand what just happened here in this match. You think it'd be maybe a cheap finish, or maybe not a finish at all, maybe a count out. And you think Finn Balor... Let's be honest. Finn Balor comes off a big win last night from AJ Styles, which everyone says was a dream match, with pretty much a very great match, really. Match of the night last night. Both former Bullet Club members facing each other, Balor and Styles, and he gets the win. Big win for Finn Balor. What do we do here? We feed him to freaking Kane in a clean win by 3 chokeslams. 3 chokeslam, folks. I don't understand what's going on right here. And Kane, it's like, dude, first, you guys want to make Kane as a monster again now. But, Finn Balor's supposed to be the guy that you guys are allegedly building up to Brock Lesnar. But hey, we gotta build the monster up first. So what was the point of Finn Balor kind of winning in that match now? He's going to lose the Kane of all people the next night. But they gotta build him against Strowman for some reason. But it couldn't have been against anybody. Could you just found anybody, just fed him to Kane and maybe have a squash match? Why give him Finn Balor? Why destroy Finn Balor after having a big win? The fact that it was a clean win and he just did 3 choke slams, and it wasn't like no type of Balor was weak or nothing. It's like Balor was 100%. And he got his ass kicked, pretty much. So that just made no apparent sense, and it looked stupid. It really did. And I'm not saying the loss is gonna make Finn Balor kill him or anything, look bad, but it just makes no sense that he comes off a big win against AJ Styles last night from a very great match of the night, but then he's got to lose he's got to lose to Kane the next night clean. Makes no sense. Really stupid. Kurt Angle's still in the back as Shane McMahon showed back up. Gave him a hug, and Shane was here and talked about this whole Raw versus Smackdown thing, and Angle thanked him for letting him use Styles for 2 nights, and he said, "I'm gonna give him permanently," he says, and he doesn't think SmackDown wouldn't stand a chance without Styles, and they start comparing their talents and stuff. SmackDown won last year, and Kurt Angle says, "Well, I wasn't general manager last year," and since he says that he tried to tell Angle that SmackDown would destroy Raw. And then they shook hands and walked off, which we'll get into that later. Asuka went against Emma, which, the fans were chanting Green Bay. Was it Minnesota or something? The Minnesota Vikings or something. And they started chanting Green Bay. I don't know why we did Asuka versus Emma again. And by the way, the crowd was very flat through this match. The lady did not care. I don't see why we're doing this match. Asuka and Emma just want another showcase. Which Asuka had a big pop last night. Tonight she didn't really get much of a reaction. And then it's like, why is she not squashing Emma? I know some people, even I know, didn't mind the match. And I'm not saying it was a bad match, but it's like I said in last night's review. Why did this have to be a competitive match? Because they don't build Emma up at all. But now they want to actually build her up when they're supposed to make Asuka look real strong. And Asuka is supposed to be this unstoppable killer that should be taking out anybody. And I'm like, wow, it's almost like she barely beat Emma somehow. So it's like we did the same match in a way, but at least a couple minutes shorter. Really didn't make sense to me. Alexa Bliss came out and cut a promo talking about Natalya, the cat lady, and talking about how Balor and Styles stare at each other. You chant, "This is awesome." She was tired of the chants, and she tried to get them to chant, "You deserve it," as they booted her. Mickey came out, looked at her, DDT'd, and she says, "Alexa, you do deserve it." So, at least she's still in the title picture somehow. Kurt Angle, we had to talk to Sasha, Bayley, and Alicia Fox, who was going to become the captain of the women's team. He says, "We're going to settle everything like we usually do." In the ring, Alicia Fox said, "Rock, paper, scissors." So we got crazy Alicia Fox says, and it'll be a triple threat match, of course. I said we see a lot of these triple threat women's matches, the fatal 5-way ones, but to determine who's the captain, and pretty much Angle told Fox that you can't pin outside the ring, in the ring, which that happened last night. We'll get into that later. Elias came out, cut a promo, about to sing other than cut a promo, and he wants to walk with Elias, and he says, that's a strong response, that could have been strong enough compared to Aaron Rodgers' collarbone. The fans chanted, "Go Pack, go," and he told the fans they can go home. So Elias is great out here, and then when he tried to play his guitar, he got technical issues, and he says whoever was in the back, he was going to beat the hell out of him. Jason Jordan came out to go against him, which, once again, this is another quiet match, I guess, because of Jason Jordan, and no one's not caring about him. And I think the people cared more about the Green Bay Packers anyways, but pretty much the match ended in DQ. Elias uses guitar Jeff Jarrett style. Jeff Jarrett. I'll save that for another video. But hit him with guitar, really straight in the arm right there. Hard shot, really. Hell of a swing. So he took him out. Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman were talking about Jinder Mahal's challenge, and that someone has issued it, and he has survived challenges against Orton, Shinsuke Nakamura, supposed to go against AJ, and he talked about trash talking and everything. And he talked about how he didn't trash talk Samoa Joe or Braun Strowman and everything, because I guess he respected what they did in the ring. And then pretty much Paul Heyman says, "The make believe Mahadra Russia," And he talked about the same brother. So you guys are gonna introduce him. You're trying to steal my shtick. And he pretty much says Jinder Mahal is even worthy of being WWE champion, which he is, right. He said when he looked at WWE champions, Paul Heyman says both him and Brock, you go from Bruno Sammartino, Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, Macho Man Randy Savage, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, John Cena, and there's countless other names we can go out through this list too. But Paul just named a few of those guys, and pretty much Brock Lesnar is in that also. And he says Mahal doesn't fit the mold, and he just has a consolation prize on SmackDown for getting the shaft in this whole shake-up thing. And you know, you want to talk about the brand. Brock Lesnar represents no brand. He says this is his brand as he represents Brock Lesnar, alright? And he's going to go to Suplex City. And the last time somebody from SmackDown faced Brock, which was Orton at SummerSlam about a year ago, they had to stop the match because he broke every rule in the book and everything in the PG era. And he says, we accept your challenge, and it's going to be Suplex City, undisputed, you know, whatever Paul says about Brock, heavyweight champ, universal champion. So yes, Paul once again did what he could, and yeah, he did what he could. It's still a master for promo, but he did what he could to get this whole feud over. The crowd was in it a little, but they just kind of came flat and alive during it. And first off, nobody wants to see this match, okay? Who wants to see Brock versus Jinder? Dude, I can get into this video for the next few weeks until Survivor Series, saying like who really goes over in this thing. And it's like, I will laugh my ass off if Jinder Mahal pins Brock Lesnar. Like this is, it's so hilariously bad that I can't even really believe it's really happening. We're doing this champion versus champion match, and I've said it before, we're both Jinder, one guy that is just barely good and gets no reaction and just really bad, against Brock Lesnar, a guy who can only, and right now, like I said before, can wrestle like what, maybe 10 minutes most tops. So I can tell this match will go quick or throw the sing butters around and say you're trying to steal my shtick. So Paul did what he could to get this thing over. They interviewed Kalisto, who gets no freaking reaction, and say he was okay, and he's issuing his rematch tomorrow night on 205 Live for the title, as it's going to be Team Lucha, which was him, Swan, Alexander, Grand Metalik, and Mustafa Ali, to go against Team Zoe of Enzo, Tony Nese, Gulak, Noam Dar, and Daivari. Next was Sasha versus Bayley versus Alicia Fox triple threat match. You know, I don't know what to say about this other than just to see who's the captain. Alicia Fox won, which just looked really weird when she threw Sasha into Bayley, and Sasha falls out the ring and Bayley's in her right away. Bayley takes another pin here, folks. So we're doing with crazy woman herself, Alicia Fox, to be the captain of this team, and even celebrate with the Green Bay Packers on ringside. So I don't know. It's unexpected, yeah, to have Sasha and Bayley lead it, but it's just, I don't know. Enzo and pretty much his entire team came out as he gave Gulak the microphone to pretty much have a prepared statement, since Enzo has some vocal cord injury, he cannot talk. And Gulak said bada boom, really guys in the room, talking about the letdown of the Green Bay Packers, and that Enzo was Anthony Barr and Kalisto was Aaron Rodgers. And then Enzo pretty much had him say there's only one word to describe you, and everybody had said the words SAWFT. You know, he didn't say soft, and you expect the crowd to, but it was soft. Now it was somewhat funny, but still, Enzo can't talk right now. So it's Team Lucha versus Team Zoe. Pretty much a 10-man tag spot fest. Even though they kept messing up in the end, I swear Cedric Alexander and mostly Mustafa Ali overshot that last part doing those dives out the ring. Cole is an idiot for getting Swan and Alexander mixed up. I thought that sounded retarded. Everybody does not look the same. You didn't even see a Swan's Phoenix Splash on the outside after they got Grand Metalik's moonsault. So it was just a 10-man tag. Kalisto gets the win. Selena Del Sol, 9 times out of 10. I don't watch 205 regardless, but Enzo will get the win tomorrow night one way or another and win the match. So we'll go from there. And as we ended off the show, Kurt Angle came out to announce the 5-on-5 for Survivor Series, the guy team, until Shane McMahon came out, and they came through the crowd. All of SmackDown, pretty much. Most of SmackDown was out there from AJ, even though it will kind of say something funny later on, but most everybody from SmackDown was out there, with the New Day leading the charge with Shane, from Becky to Tamina, Natalia, and Carmella, the women. You had Corbin out there, Ziggler, Ty Dillinger, Bobby Roode, Shinsuke Nakamura, Hype Bros. Who the fuck else is on SmackDown? Chad Gable. Like I said, AJ. I may be forgetting. I know some people from SmackDown. When I know the Usos weren't out there, and Naomi or Jinder was not out there. Yeah, mostly everybody on SmackDown. Most of them were out there. Ziggler, pretty much all those guys. I think I made most of something. Yeah, those are most of them coming out of there. But as everybody from SmackDown came out, Shane McMahon said "Under Siege," and as everybody left the ring, Angle pretty much went to the back, and Shane told everybody from SmackDown to get him. They first jumped Titus Worldwide, Titus O'Neil and Apollo Crews. New Day said, "We happy to see you, but we gonna kick the shit out of you still." Corbin threw some production guy somewhere. Rude and Dillinger tore up the television set. They start kicking their shit out of Goldust, Rhino, Slater, and Hawkins, jumping them. They go into another locker room, and I didn't think that was Finn Balor. I thought it was one of the Revival, but Matt Hardy got beat up. Jason Jordan, which is kind of funny. Chad Gable goes right in for him. Oh yeah, Rusev was what I did also. And he kicked on Titus O'Neil. That was crazy. But, pretty much Chad Gable beats up his former tag team partner, American Alpha, just charges into him and beats him up. So, yeah, I believe it was Finn Balor there. I may have to rewind that. Was he getting jumped too? It's because most of the whole Raw team was just, well, they were never prepared, but they just got the shit kicked out of them. No, I don't think that was Finn. No, that wasn't Finn Balor getting beat up, because Finn Balor had, yeah, he was wearing black later on, so why would he be wearing white? I had to make sure who they were beating up. I don't know, both of the Revival was there. Or maybe Dash Wilder was in a different room, but, yeah, like I said, going back to that, yeah, the Revival was in a different room. One of the Revival. I think it was just Dash Wilder or something. I don't know who. Got jumped, beaten up there. Because I don't know if it was Finn Balor or not. It was someone, though. I was just trying to get a good confirmation who. Yeah, I believe that was Finn Balor getting beat up, though. Yeah, they beat up Matt Hardy and them then, and then they went to another. They start chasing the women off somewhere. Then the women, wrestlers came. Pretty much it was Sasha, Mickey Fox, and Mickey and Bailey. Pretty much the SmackDown women beat them up then and jumped them. They went to another locker room. They beat up the club. They just beating up his former Bullet Club members, all of them. They beat up one of the Revival. I believe that was Dash Wilder. And Elias, they got jumped too. And with SmackDown just still going around in the numbers advantage, the Shield tried to get them. Rollins and Ambrose tried to jump them, but they got the shit kicked out of them. It's kind of funny, AJ's beating them up after he just tagged with him earlier. And then Corbin and Rusev took Angle and told him to look what they did to the Shield. And they brought him back out. And Shane said, I want you to... Here's what you're going to do. You're going to take your gold medal, bring what's ever left of your Raw to the Survivor Series, and we're going to finish what we started. So it's true. It's damn true. Shane's music played. SmackDown pretty much slammed their hands on the mat, and they walked out of there, which they looked like they came out as heels, really. SmackDown, just beating the crap out of everybody back there. At least they didn't have mostly everybody out there. We know Kevin Owens is not there because I believe he had some personal issues. But if Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn out there were helping Shane beat up, fighting for the brand, it would have made no sense. Because it's funny that half these guys are in feuds with each other right now. But it's like, hey, it's Survivor Series. We all got to team up together and help each other out. So we got to kick the shit out of Raw. And this is the only time when they will team up and help each other with this brand versus brand thing. So it was weird at some points of how it went. And it's like SmackDown, like, we gonna come and jump you just because. So instead of waiting for Shane to come back on SmackDown tomorrow, and most likely this is gonna happen tomorrow night on SmackDown anyways. I'm sure Kurt Angle's gonna lead his squad in SmackDown. It'll be some insane brawl, or they're gonna jump everybody on SmackDown tomorrow night while SmackDown's probably distracted on the show. But mostly you had everybody from SmackDown. Probably not the Usos weren't there, or Charlotte, or Naomi, or Mahal, or you know, I may be forgetting a lot of people on SmackDown, or Breezango, or the Ascension, or Shelton Benjamin, or yeah, there's some people you was probably missing on SmackDown. English, or Randy Orton wasn't out there too. So SmackDown, Harper and Raw, it's a lot of guys that went on SmackDown. So they SmackDown brought whatever squad they could, but like I said, it's odd that some of these guys are in feuds with each other. But it's, like I said before, Raw gonna help each other tonight and beat the shit out of Raw. And it's funny that none of these shows have had any type of problem with each other over the whole year. But it's like I said before, once Survivor Series starts, nobody's friends anymore. It's our team versus your team, red versus blue. So that's how it's going. And they beat up Raw tonight. As for the show itself, it was just kind of bad, mostly all over the board. The tag team match in the beginning was good. Kane versus Balor was just, good God, why? And where was Kane? Why would he help him? Well, Kane could have beat up there. He's also a big monster. He could have took him out. We know Strowman isn't there. Jordan Elias is whatever. The crowd was mostly like quiet tonight. I don't know why we need to see Oscar versus Emma again. I said it's not a bad match, but I don't know. I just question the booking right now. Crazy Alicia Fox leads the Raw team. 10-man cruiserweight match. I don't think people care. Like I said, a lot of people quiet throughout Green Bay tonight. Paul and Brock did their promo to get this whole gender thing over, which they were completely right on. The gender's just not even worthy of being champion of this. But yeah, there's a lot of happening at from TLC last night. But now since we're going to Survivor Series, we'll see what happens tomorrow night on SmackDown, of who gets jumped or whatever people they bring in the Monday Night Raw, since everybody on SmackDown got their shit kicked out of them tonight. So I am out of here. Make sure you check out my TLC review and live reactions. Really worked hard on them, so please check out the show. And that's my Monday Night Raw review. I will see you guys later. I am out of here. Peace out.